Hi everyone, my name is Ashley. I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois, and I just want to let you all know that East St. Louis is not really a bad place. It's what you make of it.
How did you grow up in, tell us about your upbringing in East St. Louis, Miss Ashley.
Well, my father was a police officer for Allerton and Centerville.
Wow.
Um, he's the mayor of Cahokia Heights right now.
Mm.
I had a pretty nice childhood growing up. I had everything I wanted, but I also had downfalls with my grandfather beating my grandmother. So like I said, it's what you make of it.
How did that affect you growing up with your grandmother and your grandfather's
It made me
relationship?
not want to be around any man that disrespects a woman, that puts his hands on a woman, because should no woman be disrespected, especially if you have a mother still living.
Mm-hmm.
Treat the females the same way you would treat your mom or your sister.
You have any siblings?
Yes.
How many siblings?
5.
Where are you at in that order?
I'm the second oldest.
How was that? How was that household growing up with 5 siblings?
It was actually fun because we didn't really want for anything, and we were spoiled rotten, like I said, until my grandfather came about with his alcoholic ways and his crackhead ways. But through the years, my grandfather ended up changing because he caught colon cancer. And he realized all the wrong and bad things he did to my grandmother, because my grandmother was still by his side after all which he did to her. And when he passed away, you could pretty much say my grandmother was at peace. And I was too.
Describe going to school. Where did you go to school at?
Actually, I went to Cahokia High School, but I graduated from a military boot camp school because my father was also in the service, so I'm a brat.
Wait a minute. You have to describe and tell us about this military school situation, because that's unique. That's unique.
Well, it was in Rantoul, Illinois. It pretty much just taught us, because I wanted to enlist to go into the Air Force. I wanted to do X-ray technician or drive planes from the computers. And I have sickle cell trait, so they told me about me having sickle cell trait. I couldn't, but the school was pretty fun. It's just like going to a regular high school or a Catholic school, because they teach you about church. They teach you about all the branches of the military. They even train you how to swim, jump out of planes. It was pretty much fun. And I was on the Levant Guard, so I was cadet first class.
What made you go to a military school?
I actually wanted to go to the service, and my dad figured that if I really wanted to go to the service, he had to put me through the school to see what it was going to be like through the boot camp and all that. And I completed it all and graduated. But unfortunately, I ended up getting pregnant as well. And had my daughter, but I did go to college. I got 2 master's degrees.
What are your master's in?
Cooking and cosmetology.
And what college did you attend?
Veteran College.
Okay.
In Collinsville. And my daughter right now, I have 5 kids actually, and my oldest is 7'1". She just wrote a book, and it's called The 7 B's, Books Before Boys Because Boys Brings Babies, and they published it in the Belleville and Cahokia Library. And my other 4 is 11, 10, 9, and 8. So they're just growing up. I have 4 girls and 1 boy. Just being a mom, working hard and raising my family like I'm supposed to with my husband.
How long have you been married?
14 years.
How is that?
Honestly, I was scared to get married at first because my husband is 15 years older than me.
Okay.
But I've never seen myself being with a younger guy before, except for my kid's father. And like I say, my grandfather used to beat my grandmother, and that's when my baby daddy became. He got on drugs and started to be very abusive, and I broke away from him. So now he's in prison, and I'm married to my husband, who I'm married to now, and he's a very good guy. I mean, a very good guy. He loves my kids, even though they aren't his. But he doesn't make them feel like they're not his. They call him dad and all that. And, I mean, I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to still be in East St. Louis.
So you said working hard. Where are we working at these days? What are we doing to make a living?
I work for the Regions Bank, downtown St. Louis, and I also work for Holy Meat Company.
How long have you been doing those?
I've had both jobs for 7 years. So I'm just trying to hang on, trying to raise my children, trying to send my oldest girl to school. She goes to East Side right now. She plays basketball. And then some scouts just saw my daughter play and want to draft my daughter. But my daughter isn't for sure if she wants to be drafted or if she wants to finish school. So whatever she decides, I'm going to support her. But I prefer her to finish school first.
I would push her to finish school because she's going to need a plan B after ball.
Exactly.
So you definitely finish school.
Because she wants to be a brain surgeon.
Wow.
Yeah. Her grade point average is like a 5.3, I think.
Jeez.
Yeah, she's very, very, very intelligent. Sometimes I think she's the mother.
But 7'1", how easy is it to find clothes and shoes for a 7'1"?
It's not.
That's Shaq size.
Yes, I could put both of my feet in one of her shoes. She wears a 14 shoe. Wow. She could palm a watermelon. I'm sorry, but she can. And she's beautiful. She looks like strawberry shortcake. Yes, but it's hard finding clothes for her. But at the same time, it's not because I have this lady that I know that makes clothes. And she charges me dirt cheap because I've been knowing her all my life. So she probably charged me $150 for 30 outfits for my daughter. So we're pretty much doing it. But my daughter's kind of shy, and she's also mad at her height because people joke my daughter a lot by being so tall because she's taller than everyone in the class.
You have to remind your daughter that she's different and she's supposed to be different, and she wasn't made to be
Exactly.
and exist and fit in with everybody. So that's why she's made uniquely. And tell her that they're joning her because they're jealous.
I tell her that all the time.
They wish they could be that tall. They wish they could have her ability. So we got to always put that in the kids' head because they don't understand it, and they get into this rut of embarrassment and disparity.
It makes her depressed. But the funny thing about it is she has a midget for a best friend. Yeah, she has a midget for her best friend. She's just as sweet as she can be. And she tells my daughter the same thing as well. She said, I wish I could be your height. She always tells my daughter, let's trade places. And my daughter always looks at her like, no, I don't want to be that little, but my daughter's a good person. She has a good heart, and her friend does too. And like I said, I just wish the best for everyone in East St. Louis because people make East St. Louis seem like it's just such a bad place. It's what you make of it. It ain't always the people. Which sometimes it is the people, but if you like positivity, you'll stay around positivity. If you like negativity, that's what you're gonna follow. I was always taught you live by the sword, you die by it. So I'm one of the type that don't burn bridges because I never know when I have to cross that bridge again.
Wow.
And I love people. I love life. I don't even have to know you and still love you because I'm a child of God.
Can you describe the city from when you were born up until now, like the different changes that you've seen in your 37 years of life?
In my 37 years, I grew up in Cahokia. Certain parts of Cahokia had, beautiful sidewalks. Everything was nice about Cahokia. And we had all the stores. When all the stealing, it was more a mixture of people living there instead of all blacks here and all whites there. It was everybody got along. The whites and the blacks got along. But now, wow, half the parts don't have sidewalks. A lot of people are doing crazy things, but that's how life goes. It's like that everywhere. But I still love East St. Louis. I wouldn't trade it for the world. That's how I was brought up. That's how I was raised in East St. Louis. East St. Louis is beautiful.
Yes.
It's what you make of it. Even the richest people have messed up neighborhoods. Some of them come out of messed up neighborhoods. So I want to talk bad about East St. Louis because everybody in East St. Louis ain't messed up individuals. You got church-going people that work hard, school teachers out here that work hard, and they still live in East St. Louis. So don't judge the city because how you see it. Get to know people before you get to just talking about it and down and everything.
So in closing, Miss Ashley, if you could go back in time and say anything to your younger self, knowing what you know now, what would you tell her?
Keep my head up high and ignore all the negativity. Do what makes me happy. Strive to make myself a better person. And, just stay away from negativity. And if I knew anything better, I wouldn't have had kids so early. I'd probably be rich myself, playing professional basketball or something. But I'm happy with my life right now, though.
But, sometimes we're not blessed to be rich with material, but the fact that you passing those jewels down to your kids and raising them the right way, that makes you even richer than the person with all the stuff that we think makes you rich.
Right. Like people always complain about how they're living. Look at the people in Africa. They don't have anything. We are honestly blessed. We are living good. We have free food. We got running water. We got doctors.
Yes.
We have all this stuff. We even got Medicaid and stuff like that. Think about, people need to realize that's living good compared to what a lot of people don't have. You got people in these shelters that's houses been burnt down or they done got on drugs real bad to where their wives or husbands done left them. I just be trying to be that helping hand. I don't mind feeding the homeless, somebody come and ask me for $1 or $2, I might give you $5. I don't care what you do with it, because once I give it to you, it's yours. I just try to bless everybody because I want the Lord to bless me.
So in closing, Ms. Ashley, man, I appreciate you taking the time out today and sharing your wisdom and your knowledge with me. And if it's anything you want to say in closing, anybody you want to speak to, or if you want to plug your daughter's books, where to find them at, and all of
My
that good
daughter's
stuff.
name is Kivia. Her book is published in Belleville Library and Cahokia Library. It's called The 7 B's, Books Before Boys, because boys brings babies. And have a blessed day.
Thank you, Miss Ashley.
Thank you for interviewing
Yes,
me.
ma'am.